Hello, this is TechnoGeek Reviews Mr. Bloom. I'm here with this video to discuss how and why I made this channel. The reasons behind why I made this channel was the point I was at last year in 2016. I will continue to make more videos, wide variety, as I always do, because I got depressed that year. Life didn't work out the way I planned it or saw it, and you could clearly see it in some of my music songs that I made, which I used my alternate persona, Mr. Blue, which also had a wide variety of change while I was making this channel that altered from TechnoGeek Reviews, which still is. That's what I call the production of it. From Blu-ray slowly to Mr. Blue. I did not know when I came up with that name for that persona, like Eminem Slim Shady, that it was actually based off a 1950s song at the time. That's sort of like the music I was listening to, and the colors in my room, and the type of stuff I drank, and how I am around people, and that's how I came up with the name. At that time, and still at this time, I work with a very low budget, which means practically like no budget, and I created the reviews I wanted to make. At the time when I first made those videos, I was very nervous. The very first, you look back at like a year back at my early reviews, and like me showing my room tour, and yes, you see a new Pop Funko in the background. I know I didn't do a whole video about it because it wasn't like I got like tons of Pop Funkos and tons of geeky merch. I just found that at a dollar store in Canada. Going my Mr. Blue persona, and like Walter White's and his Heisenberg. But like I was saying, I made this YouTube channel that will just channel my stresses at the time, because I was getting low at the time, and I couldn't vent those emotions at school at the time. When I take a shot every time I say at the time, you'll be drunk. When I was at my last year of high school, those emotions I was feeling at the time were frowned upon, so obviously I couldn't use them there, and I was just being this like clown, which I also did channel into here, this YouTube channel, Mr. Blue. But I was inspired by other geeky YouTube channels which I watch, just TechnoGeek, and that's my channel, Geekvolution, Nostalgia Critic. They had a big inspiration on me for my first year, as I've gone through many changes, and now I've settled on it. When I make reviews, I'll show like a few panels of like an actual image of the actual episode, and boom, my logo, my official logo. Oh yeah, and that too has gone through many changes. Like, I've changed it like 4 times this year. I couldn't figure out which one I liked the most right away, because I just didn't know. It takes time and a lot of edit. You have to edit the logo itself, and then you have to edit the video. There's a long process. And reviews, it takes 3 hours to make a 15-minute video, 10-minute video with footage, you acting as your character, and also pictures and audio dialogue which you record on said laptop. And yes, I may not have as many subscribers as other bigger YouTube channels, but the ones I do have, you 71 subscribers, thank you, and I appreciate you, and I love you guys, and you guys are all, we are Angus's blues. We are all blues. But I came up with that persona because it's how I was. It was at the time I needed some way to vent my emotions, my negative ones and my positive ones, into one alternate character, and I could be myself in real life without going for studies, and just like I'm not, so I could say what I wanted to say without getting in trouble. But I did, and why you may see in my YouTube channel a wide variety of like different types of videos, from workout videos to dance videos to rapping videos to review videos. It's because it took me a long way to figure out my style, and I originally wanted to make it. In fact, I wasn't. I've done it. I've experimented with doing this before, back in 2014, but my reviews were so bad I deleted them. Yeah. You look at my second Facebook, Angus Stewart with the Magneto picture, you scroll down, you'll see a review, you click that review, it won't show because I deleted it, because I tried to review the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, and I was even worse back then with the YouTube channel, and I deleted them. And then I didn't do anything on YouTube for like a good 2 years. And then 2016, like I told you guys, well, shit was happening. Sorry, kids. If your kids, whatever. I'm just happy to have viewers who watch this channel. I needed to do something that year. Because, look, technically I'm almost not a teenager now, pre-adult, call it whatever you will. I was a teenager at the time, still technically am. I had gone through like 4 or 5 years of high school. And in those years, I've gotten suspended a lot. The first 3 years I got suspended a lot. I tried, like most other males, to date like most guys do, and it didn't turn out well, and got bad talk behind my back, and I treated the girls the same way she treated me, and that equaled suspension, and broke the law a couple times when I was with my friends back in the day in like secondary 2 and 3, and almost got myself arrested a couple times like Marky Mark, but it's not as inspirational because I'm not that famous. And then secondary 4, I was slowly developing my own alternate persona I could use. And yeah, there was no bullying like elementary school, but you know, high school, it's a place, it's like the place between where you're gonna do what you're gonna do when you're an adult in real life with hard work and actual work, and an actual kid. You're right knee deep in the middle. Everything you do, everyone says high school doesn't matter, but it does. Because you fuck up high school, you're fucked. You're stuck working a minimum wage job that pays you very little, or even a job that pays you less. Can't complain about that. But so for most of my years in high school, I always made an excuse why I was working hard and I put a lot of pressure on myself. Part of me, I did it for me, but I also, at the time, I thought I was doing it for my parents, and I needed something to. And my elementary school life, people used to hate my guts. In high school, I managed to get people to like me, but that was by being a different side of me, like a part of me that I was too scared to show at the time. And it happened over growth and change and decay, as I say on Facebook. Like me making this YouTube video, saying my words clearly, speaking them out, and making all these reviews. In me in Tech 1, I would have been nervous, and I probably wouldn't be able to handle the hate. But I've dealt with a lot of crap throughout high school, and getting myself into trouble, and being treated bad, and doing bad myself a little bit. I made this channel at the time because I wanted to vent my frustrations or reality. I couldn't do it at school. I'm not gonna put that weight on my parents. I can put that weight on my sister and relatives. It was, as Tupac would say, all on me. And I made it, and at first I didn't know how to make the videos, and I was bad at it, I was nervous, and you could barely hear me speak in the very first few videos of mine, and I got upset at YouTube a couple times because of a copyright strike that was unfair and fair. The Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, okay, that was a fair copyright strike, but one of the videos, one or two of the videos, it was not fair copyright strike, and yes, I reacted. Maybe I reacted not right, but I mean, let's be realistic, had I been a bigger YouTuber, bigger budget, and I was like more of a YouTuber everyone watched, the reaction to that video at the time that I made would have been like a widely different one. And yes, I did deal with hate much early on when I was rebooting my YouTube channel. Legit, when I first started working and doing this for my free time, for fun, one of my early videos I was redoing, the dude legit sent me a picture of a dead cat. I showed it to my friends on Facebook. What the fuck? Who the fuck sends a picture of a dead fucking animal to someone on YouTube? What the fuck, YouTube? Oh, that was one of those things. Oh yeah, and all those videos where I made, I was defending my right as a person. Bigger YouTubers are all like, well, why don't you try not to do that? I'm like, don't you think when I was making the video, I was thinking that? No shit, I was thinking that. I tried to turn the volume down when I made my awful attempt at a Rick and Morty pilot audio commentary, which I don't do all the time. I just felt like doing that for fun. I do this channel for fun, for my free time. This will never become my job unless I invest more in it, and right now I don't have much to invest in it. But I gotta say, I did right, and I used, if you guys want to know what I use to edit my reviews, it's Movie Edit Touch and Crazy Video Maker Editor thing app 2. I used to use one, but it stopped working, and I use those two. I use those two to my benefit. The Crazy Video Maker Editor part is where I edit the audio, and the picture part of my review, and the Movie Edit Touch is where I edit mostly. I put in the film footage part, and then when those editing audio and picture parts are done being edited and exported data, I put it there and I edit and I put it together to make, well, the videos you ladies and gentlemen have seen. Also, Mr. Blue is also not me and is me. He's my version of Slim Shady. Or like Eminem and some. Ant is not a real person. I made that character up because I needed that person. With that character I made, it was something, a part of me that I wasn't at the time. I was able to do, how to act and channel everything. I've told you guys about how I edit the videos, told you guys how and why I came up with the persona. What else should I guys, a bottom of wisdom should I teach you? And I also made a rant about big league YouTubers being slightly hypocrites. I don't know, random rants of the day. What's these viners? And they come here, already got them dollar bills, yo, and doing the work that me and other smaller YouTubers and big YouTubers have worked hard for. Well, for me, for a year, I rebranded this channel. and they're doing it in Snap because they already have a built-in fan base. We see you. I got my eyes on you. Eyes on you. Kidding, I don't really care about buying YouTubers. You do your singing, I do my singing. I've also dealt with many criticism, positives, and yes, I do see those spam comments, which are fake comments trying to get me to follow some audio mixer singing majinger saying because they want me to use the audio mixer. People trust it, don't trust it. I looked it up. I'm not quite sure. This is quite an industry within itself. I usually look up non-copyright audio I could use. The only time I can't really, when doing reviews of Marvel shows, I have done little lately using like the intro theme to the shows. It's like a little tad bit intro to my review, and then I start reviewing. It's a new style. I tried to do like where I was singing my own theme song. I felt that was a little too cringy, so I didn't like that edit. But I'm keeping that logo as my official logo now. I'm just not sure quite yet about the theme. I need like my own theme, like song note that fits perfectly with that logo thing, and that more or less my channel is decent. But for me, it's decent. You may hate it. You may like, I don't know, I'm a YouTube. Anyways, if you have any questions below, question me. Oh yeah, I originally wanted to make this a live stream, but I kind of bamboozled, fucked up my laptop, and I can't really, well, do a live stream with this laptop. I'm sure when I find work in the future, and that's a consistent job where I get paid a lot, well, not right away, it takes time, I'll eventually update this laptop, and I'll be able to do live streams all the time and talk to y'all, and y'all see me. What does Angus do with his day? And I'm sure I'll end up becoming one of those vlogger channels at some point. What does Angus do for today? Let's follow what Angus does. Let's see. He gets up, he eats, he watches something, he puts something in the DVD player, or he plays a video game. He makes a review sometimes, or films a rap video. He either writes or freestyled. Same with reviews, and he does that for 3 hours, and then he goes to bed either really early or like 5 in the morning. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is longer than most of my other videos. My sister actually, when I first started work, it's not a job yet. When I first started doing YouTube videos, she said make them short, which I actually, my first original, when I first did this YouTube thing, my reviews I took down, deleted, and got rid of because they were really bad. And then I rebranded and they were still bad, but I slowly got better and better with it. They were much longer, and I was nervous, I was shy, and I barely heard tits and sprinkles in those reviews, and I took them down, and now you can see that now. And you can still see my early review, and not really a review, trying to do Civil War effects, and I was nervous back then. And like me, I have like 5 or 6, there's so many reviews of Spider-Man stuff. I haven't reviewed the cartoon series yet, any of the cartoon series yet. One day, when you see in a whole video, and I get them all on DVD, so I'm sure I will review them. Same with most of the games. Right now, for a Spider-Man fan, I only really have like one video game of Spider-Man. I'm really excited for it, by the way. I'm hyped as fuck for Spider-Man PlayStation 4, because that game is gonna be oh, you saw my Vampire 2. Kidding, I'm scared of vampires. Let's take this. Spider-Man PlayStation 4 looks like, just like Spider-Man Homecoming, it kind of looks like a mix of, well, It's supposed to be a 1-year celebration video, and I'm just ranting about random stuff and liners and experiments, cause I'm Angus, bitch. But like I said, if you have any comments, questions you'd like to ask down below, if you want to see more videos like this, well, you can only get this like once a year, me reflecting upon this channel, because if you want it twice a year, subscribe. If you like my content that you see in these videos, subscribe. If you don't, still respect you. And this is me being not my Mr. Blue persona. This is Angus, not Mr. Blue. You guys usually see Mr. Blue in most of my videos. Thanks for watching, and we're outie.